This video is going to look at whether non-verbal behaviour is innate or is it something that we learn. So we're going to have a look at the different research to show this. Now you've got to know of evidence where non-verbal behaviour is innate. So we're going to look at neonates and sensory deprived. And we're also going to look at evidence that is something that we learn. So first of all, we're going to look at neonates. Now that's just another word for a newborn baby if you see it in your exam. So newborn babies can show smiles, facial expressions that show disgust, pain and surprise. And as they're so young, they can't have learnt these expressions. So it must be something that they're born with. It must be innate. And we've also got sensory deprived individuals. So babies who are born blind have smiling behaviours that are similar to that found in babies with normal vision. So babies who are born blind can't have learnt that smiling behaviour as they can't see it. So therefore, again, this behaviour must be innate. It must be something that they're born with. Now we're also going to have a look at evidence that is something that you learn. So there's a lot of cross-cultural research. So remember, this is research done across loads of different cultures where they compare the different behaviours within this culture. If the behaviours are different, it suggests that that behaviour is something we learn rather than being born with. So they looked at contact versus non-contact cultures and in particularly personal space. So people from contact cultures, like the Mediterranean, they are more comfortable with smaller personal space and having people closer to them. Whereas people from non-contact cultures, where we don't like as much contact, like the UK, maintain larger distances between themselves and others. So again, this shows that non-verbal behaviour isn't innate, and it might just be down to the culture and your upbringing from a very young age. So we're going to have a quick look at gestures as well. So pointing your index finger, for example, is acceptable in the West, in our culture, to emphasize what you're saying. But then in other cultures, like Hindi cultures, it can be seen as offensive and people tend to point with their thumbs. So again, it shows that different cultures have different non-verbal behaviors, and maybe it is something we learn.